Good morning. Can't believe the sun's out again. I think that's 2 in a row.
It is.
I think so.
I think it's actually 3 because Sunday was like gorgeous as well.
Oh, see, there you go. 3 in a row. What? Cold though. It was crunchy this morning. I went to the car and it was like.
I know, my nose hairs froze.
I hate when that happens.
I know, me too.
You really need to trim them because when they freeze and they're out like this, then they start
don't do that.
Yeah, then they start dripping on you.
Have I told you how grateful I was to my dentist?
Yes,
for trimming
you have.
his nose hair?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be so grateful too if you trimmed yours.
Stop it! I do.
Hey, you know what?
I was manscaping just the other day.
Manscaping, I love it.
What were you going to tell me?
Bohemian Rhapsody, huge
I haven't
hit.
seen it yet. Have you?
No.
It's on. I can get it at home, but you got to pay for it. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah. I think Jim watched it. He went, eh.
Okay. That's the guy.
Yeah, that's the guy
playing Freddie.
And he's won tons and tons of awards.
Well, finally,
He finally they're showing Bohemian Rhapsody in China, but they're taking every single scene related to LGBTQ plus out of the movie. And
so they're making Freddie Mercury straight?
And they're also taking out any conversation with the word gay in it. So after 5 minutes, the movie's over. Well, you know what? It's like, how can you, like, it's been legal there for 2 decades, apparently.
It's legal?
It's legal. They made homosexuality legal. They're so forward thinking. And Chinese censors, though, still ban abnormal sexual behavior is what they refer to it as in advertising.
So even though it's legal, according to the film industry,
communist government.
Huh.
So how do you do a movie about a band and take away,
it already was being criticized enough for whitewashing his homosexuality.
Right? People were saying, oh, he's not gay enough. Now he's too gay. Poor guy,
for
man.
China.
Just, you know?
You're too gay for China.
Oh, you're just too gay for China.
That's an expression I'm going to use from now on. You know what? You're too gay for China.
There you go.
Yeah.
So there.
You better straighten up and fly right.
It's like, to me, if you're going to replicate a person or a band's autobiography, essentially, right? Regardless of which side of the issue of the LGBTQ that you sit on, if you're going to do it legitimately, you have to be truthful. He was a gay guy. They had sex with other people. And they took all of that out of there. Like, what's the point then?
What's the point of being gay if you can't have sex with other people?
You know what?
What? That's kind of what makes you gay.
Listen to the album.
The sex thing. Listen to the album.
Well, you don't have to.
I've got to break free.
Do you know what I mean, though? Like, if you're not going to go watch the movie and see the whole effect of the movie, play the album.
I was just thinking about. I just did a little thing in my mind. I went from Freddie Mercury to Adam. Who's the guy that sings with Freddie Mercury now? Adam Lambert. I went from Freddie Mercury to Adam Lambert, and Adam Lambert to American Idol, because Adam Lambert. I watched American Idol last night.
Wow, that all happened just right now.
Just right now in my head.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine now. It's Hollywood Week on American Idol. It's the end of Hollywood Week, which is like the terrible week when they all have to like sing all night long and put into groups and harmonize and learn songs and they don't know and stuff.
I thought it meant they had Hollywood.
No, they go to Hollywood, and now they go to Hawaii for the finals.
Oh my!
How sad is that? But anyway, they've chosen their final whatever that becomes the 20, which becomes the 10, which becomes the thing. The point is, there's a guy that I heard sing on American Idol last night. I haven't heard a voice like that. I don't think, like, maybe Adam Lambert, kind of, sort of, in my lifetime. I've never heard a sound like this. I'm going to show it to you after.
Okay,
if I can find it on YouTube. And the storyline is, he's this guy whose father is a minister, and the guy is now, so speaking of being gay, he's come out, shunned by his family, but they don't, shunned. The church, basically, I think the family... He's
not recognized.
Right. He ended up being a janitor for his father in the church that he is shunned from.
Oh my word.
To make ends meet, he had to go in and clean the church, but he wasn't accepted by the congregation.
So he couldn't attend church, but
I don't think that Anyway.
You know what, Dad?
Wait till you hear this guy sing. Oh my gosh. incredible. So that would be really nice if he never had to go back to that church again and back to janitoring.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
It would
also,
be.
apparently, Katy Perry was brought to tears at one point because
the guy proposed. I knew it was going to happen.
Because what?
A guy proposed.
No, that's not why she was brought to tears.
Oh, why was she brought to tears?
She was brought to tears because of someone's story. Their spouse had just passed away.
Oh, that girl.
Yeah.
She didn't make it. That girl didn't make it through. Her husband died. They were in a car accident. Listen to me. Oh, that girl. They were newly married. I don't know, maybe a year and a half, whatever. Car accident. He was killed. She survived. And
she didn't make it.
She didn't make it through.
So Katy Perry died.
Katy Perry cried a lot.
For nothing. Cry, baby.
No, she cried because as soon as this woman starts talking, oh, it's the finals and my boyfriend can't be here, la 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 la. And the way that they were shooting this, I'm like, I said to Keith, he's gonna show up. He's gonna be there to surprise her. And sure enough, she's on stage and she's just about to make it through, and on he walked to the microphone because he was studying and he couldn't be there for classes, but he showed up. I wrote 10 exams yesterday, but here I am. And he got down on one knee and proposed to her, and I must admit,
wow,
I had a little moment too, even though I'm so cynical.
The way you tell the story, I'm thinking, why are you watching this show? Because you're just like poo-pooing everything.
No, because I'm telling you now that, but if you watch me while I'm watching it, I'm like curled
you're
up
a big
going,
suck. Yeah, see? You're trying to be the cynical guy, and you just can't. You're just like Katy Perry.
I am. Big boo.
Big boo. You know what? The whole university college thing in the States, paying to get your kid in.
Yeah, that's kind of just, she's kind of gone, it's flatlined.
Yeah, except I just saw last night that the show Fuller House got an award at the Nickelodeon Awards as the funniest sitcom, and they said, as a family we stick together through thick or thin, and love is love, and so they were referring to,
what's her name? Lori Loughlin. Aunt Becky.
Yeah, well, Dr. Dre was just bragging, and this guy, seriously, his 18-year-old daughter put up her college acceptance package. He says right on Twitter, she did it all by herself, and then she tweets, this is after all my hard work and I finally got accepted and stuff.
Don't tell me, did they buy her in?
Those two tweets had to be, or were very, very quickly removed because Dr. Dre made, I don't know, a $70 million donation to the same school she was accepted at. $70 million. First of all, Dr. Dre has $70 million?
Well, that's why I didn't understand how Lori Loughlin had $1.5 million.
Like, I don't even know him. Do you know him?
No.
I mean, I know he's an old rapper. Is that the right term? Rapper, bebopper?
Old?
Well, like, he's got to be 40, right? Yeah, Alex is saying old. For the
you better
industry.
move to the Dinosaur Museum in Alberta at 40
no,
is old.
I'm saying the industry.
Oh.
Like Snoop Dogg, for instance.
Yeah.
Snoop is over 50, so Snoop's old for that genre of music.
Okay.
Right? Okay, so Dr. Dre's old. And I even thought, wow, his daughter's only 18 because he's old. So there, he is old.
People are crooked. I'm tired of crooked people.
And like Dr. Dre.
And the people that
he's crooked and old.
And the people that you think aren't crooked end up being crooked.
Yeah,
and the people that you think are crooked. Donald Trump, no collusion. Sounds like that's the way we're going. I thought he was more crooked than he is. I mean,
except
I believe
he's not
still
off the
crooked,
hook.
but he's not. But still.
He hasn't been completely exonerated, as he would indicate.
His attorney general says.
So would Sarah. His Amazon, his Amazon woman, his press secretary. My word. That girl, seriously. She did an interview and she said out loud, on camera, in front of a lot of people, God wants Donald Trump to be the president.
Well, who's the one who also said that Donald Trump is here to set the Jews free or something like that?
I didn't hear that one.
Oh, yes, because he's so for Israel and that he's been sent by God. That was somebody who said Donald Trump's been sent by God to help the Jewish people. Well,
he doesn't want any refugees, but he's helping the Jewish people.
So here's what I'm saying. Everything is turning upside down. Ever since this Mueller thing came out, now we got Michael Avenatti, who I thought was a hero for the people, is a big crook.
Yeah, what a skunk.
Like a huge crook.
Major.
Michael Avenatti is now, okay, so he was arrested for fraud and blackmail and all this stuff. Turns out
He was the lawyer for the prostitute
Daniels.
that President Trump didn't sleep with or pay off.
He's also the lawyer for the victims of R. Kelly. And they say that now that what he's been charged with, the embezzlement and the fraud and all this stuff, is not going to affect him. But what he did was, Nike apparently was funding a basketball team. And then they stopped. And they pulled their funding, and this basketball coach got so mad, he went to Michael Avenatti and said, Nike pays basketball players. They give them money to play, kind of thing. And so Michael Avenatti contacted Nike and said, you know, we know about this thing, and so you have to give us this $10 million or whatever. And so Nike called the feds, and the feds set up a sting. So Michael Avenatti shows up thinking he's going to meet people from Nike to pay him off $10 million or talk more about it, and instead, handcuffs, it's the feds.
He got arrested.
Oh my gosh.
They have him on audio tape. What a maroon. Like, how do you get to that place where you're so full of yourself and so confident in your deceitfulness?
He was so braggadocious. He talked about how much money he made in 2011 to 2013, claiming $4 to $5 million annually, and over that period of time I paid $2.8 million in taxes. That was all a lie, and now the IRS, he didn't even file for those years. He's walking around bragging about stuff, so the IRS is like, really? And they look, So filed with tax fraud, siphoned off $1.7 million from a settlement for a client, never told that client he got the money, and used it to finance his coffee business in California and Washington states, as well as his lavish lifestyle.
What happens to people like that, though? Like I said, this guy's up here with the money, and he's a crook, and he's like rich as all get out. Do you get so cocky and arrogant that you think they can't touch me? That you don't think the IRS might check on the fact that you didn't file your taxes?
And this is a guy who's saying, I might run for president.
Yeah, go ahead.
Honestly.
Well, you know what? These days.
Yeah, that's what it takes, I suppose.
You would
Never mind, and we haven't even got into SNC Lavalin and all that. Did you talk about that in the news today?
Yes.
Unreal what's going on there.
That's
Too
just,
much.
yeah.
People,
it's a soap opera.
We need good, honest people in our lives.
We do.
And that's who I have on the show today.
Oh, that was a reach.
You know what, Lou? This is actually the interviews today. There's 2 of them, and it's really fun. We went across the river to Sioux, Michigan.
Oh.
And we met some people who have a company over there that's just fascinating. It's a small company. They do amazing work, and they're just the nicest people. And so we're doing a little feature, a little business feature on Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim, plus the news. What day is this?
Tuesday.
On a beautiful Tuesday, March the something.
26th.
What she said. We'll be back
the
after
year's 2019.
Okay. Thank you.
You're in Sault Ste. Marie.
And it's Mornings with
Lou Ann
and Tim. We'll be back after this.
Not Sault, Michigan.
Welcome back to Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim. We are on location. I love coming on location. And this was fun because I got to come across the ditch. I'm in Sioux, Michigan right now. 844 3 Mile Road East 3 Mile Road.
Correct.
No, it's the Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry.
That is correct.
And this is Kim. You are one of the owners. You and your partner in life and in business, Dan.
Dan is my husband.
Okay, so, and this guy over here, this is Ken. Hi, Ken.
Hi.
Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us on camera. He's strong, silent type. Ken, let's talk about Ken's background first of all. You came from a supply company, is that what you said, a lumber supply company?
Yep, I sold building materials for about 32 years before I came here.
Wow, and you sold building materials to?
My husband, Dan.
Because Dan is?
Arbit Construction, a builder.
See, so Dan owned a company, and still owns?
Still, yeah.
Okay, so Dan has a company where he builds houses.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
More than houses?
Yes.
Everything. He built everything. And he would buy his supplies from Ken. See where we're going here? So then, you and Dan knew these guys on Drummond Island. Tell me that story.
Correct, yes. The 2 gentlemen had Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry on Drummond Island that they had for 18 years. They approached Dan, said they were going to sell the company. They both wanted to retire or move on with different
Who doesn't?
things. Yes. I guess obviously us, not
not yet.
us. So my husband came to me and said, that what do you think about doing that? And because we purchased cabinets through them. They build the cabinets. We love their product over the years and thought it might be a nice venture to get into. And so we decided, yes, let's purchase the company.
And it makes sense for us to have a second business that ties in with the first business. You build a house and then you can put the kitchens in, right? Or more than kitchens.
More than kitchens, bathrooms.
Cabinetry anywhere, hallways.
Everywhere, offices.
Do you do closets?
Yes.
Like walk-in closet?
Yes.
Oh, we need to talk. So now they buy the business and they're like, okay, now we need someone who actually knows how to build cabinets, right?
Correct.
Because you didn't know how to do that.
I don't know how to do that. My husband could probably do that, but no, I do not know how to do that.
But someone does know, and his name is Ken.
Hi.
So when they came to you and they said, Ken, we want to buy a business, and would you be involved? Would you have done it without Ken?
No.
Does that make you feel like a lot of pressure?
Sometimes, yes.
It's all your fault.
That's what they tell me.
So what was it like when they came to you? What did you think about it initially?
A nice change for me to change careers, and a nice challenge to run a new business.
And that place back there, I saw your, what do you call that, the workshop, what do you call that?
Yeah, we call it the shop.
It's huge. How many square feet is that?
I think the shop is 11,000 square feet.
1,000. I was surprised at how clean it is back there, you guys. Your workers are very tidy. Is that because, are you a slave driver? Clean it up.
Sometimes. They would tell you yes.
Okay. That's good, though. So, it's massive back there. The equipment, did you buy new equipment? Did some come with? Combination of both?
Combination of both. We had some that came, and then some we purchased 2 new state-of-the-art paint booths back there, and a door clamping system, a few pieces over and above what we had.
And this showroom, we have other guests to come up later. We'll talk a little about the showroom, ladies, because it's beautiful in here, and I have a feeling that you had something to do with that. We're standing in the middle of something that was designed. This is a custom design, am I right?
This is one that we built, right? It's a Naughty Alder kitchen, yes.
It's a what?
Naughty Alder.
You're naughty alder. That's the most fun kind of alder to have, is the naughty alder. I don't like the nice alder. So, Ken, if I'm a Canadian citizen, how does it work for me to come over here and buy stuff from you? Do you know that end of it?
Yes. Oh. Yeah, it's not difficult. So for the hardest part might be the delivery process.
Okay.
And our customer would have to meet us at the border and pay the duties, and then we would simply follow them over with the cabinetry and make the delivery for them.
Right. Now, you use the word duties, but I think at this point it's taxes that we're paying. Are there still duties? I don't think we pay duties anymore, do we? Or is there a duty?
You know what? I don't know that.
I think
kind of leave that up to the customer.
No, I have a feeling now that all we have to do is pay the same amount of tax that we would pay if we were buying in our country to make sure our government gets that money. But I don't think we pay duties anymore. There's no more penalty from buying like
your
that.
PST and GST.
That's correct. To my knowledge, that's correct.
Okay, that's great.
Isn't that a selling point for you now? Yes.
Great.
And then what about the installation? Do you guys do that?
No, we do not.
Okay, so good to know. You design everything, you create everything, and then you ship it over, and then we get it installed ourselves.
Correct. That is correct.
And what about for the consultations? Do people come here to the showroom for that?
They do. They come in here, and they either come with a plan that they already have, or they say, this is our space, can you create something in it? And we bounce ideas off of one another.
And you said you also, as well as all this beautiful custom work that you do also carry some stuff that is prefab, right?
We do. We do. We carry 4 or 5 prefab cabinet lines. Semi-custom is what they're called, and so it just gives another variety to people. And
but I was surprised when Kim told me it's really only about 25% more to go custom over some prefab prices.
Most of the time, that's true. Yes.
Yeah. And also, every little thing you would want to go along with your cabinetry. You carry all these handles and knobs, and I mean, everything you need, right?
We have hardware. We can help you with sinks or faucets. Any detail that you might need help with, sure.
How long should a person give themselves if they're talking about redoing a kitchen? What kind of time frame are you looking at? Let's ask him again. She's pointing. Okay. Good direction.
More time, the better.
Okay. Ideally, what would you say? Someone comes to you and says, I want to redo my kitchen. What would be the ideal time frame for you to actually look at a design, implement it, and ship the stuff?
Well, the design can take a while because people tend to look at things and change their mind and move things around.
Yeah.
I would say if they had 8 weeks, that would be great.
Okay. All right. So now I want to bring onto the camera our next guest. Now, who am I talking to next?
You're talking to Jennifer and Corinne.
Okay, so, and their roles here, Jennifer is a designer, what?
They're designer, cabinet design specialist, both of them, interior design background.
And you've known Jennifer for a long time.
Yes, because we're both from here, and yeah.
That's right, you're both from Sioux, Michigan originally. You came from the South.
So, right, Lower Michigan.
Yeah, we won't hold that against you. So, so we're going to come back now and talk to the design element here and find out how they work with your clients here at Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry. So we were talking about China and Freddie Mercury and being gay, and then I'm over there at Superior Cabinetry. I'm thinking, did you hear about the gay little person? He came out of the cabinet. Sorry. Listen, it's early.
Yeah, it's not early enough.
Oh.
Good Lord. Hey, did you hear the big news out of Apple? You know, Apple, the big...
I'm aware of what Apple is, Luann.
Yeah, are you sure? Because lots of things you're not aware of. But Apple has a new streaming, tool. Apple News Plus, it's called.
It's a new streaming tool.
Stop it. Apple News Plus, so they're going to have like tons of magazines available for you online, which is awesome.
Okay.
30 of them are Canadian magazines.
Oh.
So check that out. Also, Apple TV channels Plus and Apple TV Plus. People like Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston, they're going to be doing a morning show together. Seriously.
Who?
We have some competition.
Who together?
Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston.
I like them.
Me too. They're going to be lousier.
Are they going to be on at the same time we are? Because I would watch them instead of us.
I wouldn't. What are you doing?
You don't even watch us.
I don't either. Oprah is associated. She's doing 2 documentaries.
With Apple?
Yes. Steven Spielberg's on board. Steve
Money
Carell
follows
is
money.
on board. You know what? Yeah. So that's huge for
Wait, so
Apple.
it's a network?
Well, it's kind of like Netflix and...
Like what we do here at ONNtv?
Yes.
It's live streaming?
Yes.
Like a platform?
Yes.
Apple?
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Well, Apple
It's a
News
lot of
Plus
big
is the
people.
magazines, Apple TV channels.
I can't
and
read
Apple TV
online.
Plus. You can't what?
I don't like to read things. I could read a little article, but okay, for instance, Vanity Fair. Great articles. I love Vanity Fair.
Yeah.
But they're pages and pages long.
Yes.
I couldn't do that online.
Why?
I can't. I need to have...
Oh, you're the tangible.
I'm a book.
You're a tangible guy.
I need to have pages and I need to have a book. I can't sit at a computer and scroll. I hate scrolling.
My daughter is exactly the same way.
And then I lose
she
my
loves books.
And I lose my place.
Do you?
Yes. No, I don't like.
See, I have an e-reader or an iPad that I have programs on, Kobo, and for instance, and I read books on it, which is awesome because you can adjust the lighting, you can adjust the size of the font. If you're really, really tired and your eyes aren't really 100%.
You have to scroll all the time.
No. You just make your screen the whole page and you just read like you would a book, and then you hit the bottom of the screen and it flips the page. Why are you scrolling?
To get to the bottom of the page.
Magazines might be like that.
To get to the bottom.
Well, you need to make it smaller so it's all
Then I can't see it.
Well, then you need to buy a magazine. Holy moly.
We're right back where we started.
Yeah, so Apple,
Why am
anyway,
I so spitty today?
Good on you. Why do you spit all over?
All over. I got so many things to talk about. I don't even know where to start. Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber, he has announced he's officially taking a break from music. He's told his fans he needs time to repair some of the deep-rooted issues I have. Life must have been so hard being rich and talented and good-looking.
And young. But he says that's what it's about.
He says, you know, I toured my whole teenage years. I performed, I toured my early 20s. I performed, I toured. He said my last tour was obviously, I was not in a good frame of mind. I was not happy. It showed. My performance was not up to par. And so I need to focus on my family and his marriage, my family. I want to be a father one day. I need to get my house in order. And here's what he wrote. My swag is undeniable. My drive is indescribable. His love is supernatural. His grace is that reliable. He's very, very religious. So,
well, you know what? His ego is intact, so he'll be fine. If I was his wife for like 3 months or 4 months now, and he's decided that he's depressed, I'd kind of be like, is it me, or like is something wrong, or? But she talks about how he sleeps like a lot.
That's a sign of depression.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely is. But you know what? Like,
just
I toured
to show you once again, you can have all the money in the world, you can have good looks, you can have talent, you could be me, and still.
And still be him.
Still need a little help.
But you know what? I get the whole child star thing and the whole, but that's what you wanted. Do you know what I mean?
That's why you were busking in Stratford, buddy.
Well, yeah, on YouTube. Like, seriously, go get some help and carry on. You don't feel like doing your job anymore. Welcome to the real world.
But maybe he's also thinking that he's bringing to light mental health issues.
Yeah, that's what he's thinking. Anyway. Stay with us, because we have news that's going to lift you up. Coming up on the morning show with Luann and Tim.
Okay, so I was trying to do some research. Well, because we got to...
Should have seen him the whole time.
K-pop. I was unfamiliar. So apparently it stands for, K stands for Korean, and pop.
Right.
So, okay, so I must admit, on Twitter, I'd see all this about like BTS and these boy bands and stuff, and these guys that are from Korea who dye their hair pink and blonde and put contacts in to look, I guess...
anything but Asian.
I think. Anyway, very elaborate. They dress what we call it, I'd say, fancy. Makeup, very sort of cross-gender, almost like
non-gender.
Yeah.
Non-specific.
Non-gender specific. I don't know. I'm watching these boys.
Did you like the music?
Well, no, because it's like techno pop, and that's not my kind of music.
Right.
But there are some nice voices.
Yes.
But the whole thing kind of confused me because I said, are they gay? Like, do they? I guess it just doesn't matter. They are what they are.
Right.
And some of them are, some of them aren't. They just dress fancy and wear makeup and they dance together. And
they're ticked off.
I don't see any girls in the videos.
No.
They sing to each other, and then in the middle of the video, suddenly it goes from like techno pop to someone playing a pipe organ. They're like mini movies, I guess. I don't quite understand it. I don't think I like K-pop, but they're
BTS though, they're ticked off because Mattel made dolls, like Barbie dolls of them.
Yeah.
And they're ticked off because they don't think they look anything like them. Now, some people on Twitter are saying they look exactly like, or they don't look like, or they all look the same, or... but the big thing is, the hair is brutal. Apparently the doll hair is just horrid.
And that's what makes them unhappy, because they're like, my hair looks better than that, I have it. Yeah, they look, you can tell they spend a lot of money on how they look.
Well, there's a guy, one of them is blonde and has a haircut like this, and the doll's hair is like yellow and sticks out kind of, it's not cute. So, yeah. And they're dressed in the outfits that they wore on American Idol, apparently.
They were on American Idol? Oh, they did a guest spot?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And there's a female version, too, of like K-pop group. I don't know. Blackpink. Blackpink. Anyway, they're famous, too. And I don't know.
Audrey, what is it?
Blackpink. I don't know. Blackpink, Black China. I don't understand.
Black China doesn't sing.
No, she doesn't?
No, she only has babies.
So why is Black China famous? Because she married Rob...
Because she says she is.
Because she got with Rob Kardashian.
Right.
One of your favorite families. What has he ever done but Dancing with the Stars?
Thank you. And eat, apparently. They're rude. How rude are you? How rude is that?
He went from paying $20,000 a month to Black China for child support to zero because now they have an agreement where they're going to pay for the kid when she's with them. And she was 3 hours late showing up for the child custody meeting, and after it was over, she said, "Hey, Rob, you want to go for margaritas? I'm a good mother."
She's already with somebody else, though, and he's also a pretty high-level person, so she's pretty much a money grabber, allegedly. But $20,000, she's probably making more money than him because she's allegedly a model as well. She's about 3 feet tall. Her bum is the size of...
That's a big thing now, though. People pay...
Yes, it is,
that
actually.
Brazilian model who had all that stuff done to her lips and her bum.
It is a big thing.
Why? I don't understand. People complain about having... Not anymore.
No.
Baby got back.
You want to have that. Booty.
Booty.
You want to have a booty.
Rich, okay, this is completely off topic, but I just want to mention this because I find this fascinating. Richard III of England.
Oh, I bet this is going to be riveting. Hold on. Okay, put your coffee down.
Okay, remember who he was? King Richard III? He was the one they...
Never met him.
He was the one who said he was, they called him a hunchback. He had scoliosis, but they called him a hunchback.
So he was a hunchback of Notre Dame?
No, he was from England. Notre Dame is French, and it's Notre Dame. Anyway, he died at 33 years of age. He was in a fight in a war, and whatever it was, like a big sword axe thing came down and cut off the back of his skull.
Ew.
That's how they figure he died. But here's the deal.
That would do it.
They buried him in what was the Grey Friars Friary Church. Okay.
The Grey Friars Friary Church.
Yeah, he was buried there like in 1845 or something.
In the church?
1485. Yeah, it was like in the floor of the church kind of thing. You know how they bury people? They do that.
Why?
They bury people in the floors of churches. Yeah.
I thought they buried the person and then when they became saints, built the church around them. No?
No, they actually put people in the floors of churches in vaults and stuff.
So how do you get to be that person?
Well, you're the King of England.
Right? That'll do it.
Let me get to the story.
All right.
Eventually, they tore down that church. And then one day they were like, you know, whatever happened to Richard III's bones? I think he was buried somewhere in that church. And they go back, and by then it was a car park. They found him.
Did they?
In 2012, they exhumed his bones from under a car park in Leicester, England, from where the thing used to be. Imagine, the King of England, he was buried in a car park. Took them 3 years to get it all back together. Now he's actually buried in the Leicester Cathedral, or I guess he's the Leicester, you say, not, you don't say Leicester, Leicester Cathedral.
Was his hump intact?
That's how they knew it was him.
Really?
The scoliosis of the spine and the fact that the back of his head was lopped off.
So the back of the head didn't get buried with him?
Well, it was probably in the field somewhere, a battle.
Okay.
So
maybe
anyway,
somebody put it in their pocket.
I just think it's interesting that you can be the King of England and end up in a parking lot.
Okay. That was riveting. That was so interesting.
That's your history lesson for today.
Yes, awesome.
Richard III, the King of England.
What else you got?
Oh, okay. SNC Lavalin, you talked about it on the news?
The latest.
So, the guy now says, the CEO, or as our friend says, executive?
Executive. Somebody
Anyway,
said that.
On a newscast. Executive. He was an executive. Anyway, the guy now says, okay, so maybe I did mention the 9,000 jobs somewhere along the way, but really, we weren't pressuring the government. It's called lobbying. So now, if I were the CEO guy, because he's going to be under fire, whatever his name is, SNC Lavalin, he was, and
yes.
I would be saying to him, excuse me, where'd you get that 9,000 people, 9,000 employee figure? Because the government's quoting it all over the place. Justin Trudeau's saying,
their biggest
9,000 employees, 9,000. And the guy's like,
jobs.
I didn't really stress it that much. I mean, I might have mentioned it once.
Yeah, right.
I want to find out where he got that number. And if I were him, I'd be like, who gave me that 9,000 figure?
Because otherwise...
He's going to be out.
Well, he should be.
Well, you know what?
Like something's going on there.
Something is going on there.
Why is there criminal activity associated with that firm? The guy's still running it? Guess what? He shouldn't be. In my mind, maybe he should be in jail. I'm just,
I'm disappointed in our Prime Minister.
Are you? I have to say I am too.
You don't think he's handled this well? And I'm a fan.
I'm a fan too.
Yeah.
And Wilson Raybould, there's another conflict apparently that happened Jody. That happened a year or so ago. She wanted to appoint a conservative to a judgeship, and he said no. Okay, so she's working for the Liberal Party. She wants to put a conservative judge in position.
She's obviously basing it on his merits, not his politics, which is the way that it should go.
Why would you say obviously?
What? If she's a liberal person and she wants to find a judge who has conservative leanings, she's basing that on that lawyer's abilities as a judge. She's not looking at the politics, wouldn't you think?
I would think that, or she's sleeping with him.
And we'll be back.
Let's throw some more fodder on the SNC Lavalin. It's been a minute.
But it's called pork barreling, and it happens all. Have you know that term? No. No, that's a term in government.
I know.
I know. Sleeping with.
You can do whatever you want behind closed doors.
Pork barreling.
Oh, we gotta go. Watching. Yeah, we have to go. We really need to go.
And we'll be back.
Part 2 of his
My journey interview across the river continues after this break.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. Unfortunately, we're having some techno difficulties. We have some little gremlins in our system.
In our computer system.
And our second part of that, ours as in his, of that interview is kind of not available. It's gone
missing in action, folks.
Yes.
It was literally sitting on what they call the vMix, ready to go earlier today, but the computer had to reboot itself. It just did a little crashing thing, and so it's gone missing, and we're going to locate it and put it on another day.
I've had to do that, a little crash and reboot.
Crash and reboot.
Yeah,
just like Justin Bieber.
Right.
But I'd like to take this opportunity to promote a couple things that are coming up. So I couldn't get these guests on the show because it's a little short notice, and also one of them is a show that's across the river and they're in rehearsal. It's hard to get over here and back and forth. So first of all, Elite Dance Force, my dear friends who run Elite Dance Force. It's a dance studio in town at the Theatre Center on March 28th, the Community Theatre Center. They're doing a fundraiser for Arch.
Oh, awesome!
Yes, it's a dance performance from Elite Dance Force. That's going to be on March 28th. I believe tickets are available at SAULTCTC, SAULTCTC.ca, which that stands for Sioux Community Theatre Center is the CTC. Station Mall box office as well. So check out amazing dance performances and also for a great cause to support Arch.
You know what? Speaking of Arch, it's interesting because there are so many awesome people in this community working to raise funds for Arch. A lot of charities pick Arch as their charity of choice. And I've been around long enough to remember Arch was started by one woman who had no location, who was trying to raise money, and it took forever. So to see it flourish and to expand the way it has, and to be forefront in people's minds to want to be able to donate to that is such a coup. It's such a good look on Sault Ste. Marie to have that facility. I watched a news story just a couple of days ago with regards to the one in North Bay. It's just being built now.
Really?
So we're way ahead of so good for you.
And if you ever think, if you ever become that kind of a person that's a little bit jaded and go, oh, one more fundraiser for Arch, knock it off, because you know what? That's the only way they get funded.
Yes.
This is all volunteer basis and and
the
fundraising.
Chef, the house cleaners, everybody in there, all volunteers.
So They rely hugely upon volunteers, and also for think about like the children's wing, all of the to make all the maintenance costs, the bed, the furniture, the office,
and they also try really hard to make the patients' dreams come true.
They do.
I remember hearing one story from one of the admin people, and a woman was very close to saying goodbye and really wanted to see her horse again before she did, and they brought the horse to her window for her.
They do. They've had weddings out there.
Yep.
They have a beautiful room out there, a common room where they've had weddings for people. It's absolutely incredible what
and
they
they're
do.
Constantly, you know what? It's a happy place. I know that might be a little weird to understand, but if you haven't been, it's really worth going and checking it out, because the facility is immaculate. The staff, absolutely stunning.
So there you go. March 28th, Elite Dance Force, a fundraiser for Arch. And also, I just want to give a shout out to Spencer Christensen, Lake Superior State University, the arts program over there. They're doing an hysterical production. It's called The Abridged Shakespeare. It's like a fast-forward version of Shakespeare. It's very comedic, and they run April 1st through 5th, and tickets are available online. Just go to LSSU, Google it, and LSSU Arts, and you'll find how you can get tickets for Abridged Shakespeare. And we're going to come back.
Yeah, we're going to come back just in time to say goodbye.
Exactly. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a minute.